I think the thing that inspires me musically anymore is trying to find a way to, remain as traditional as I can in country music, but still, push it forward a little bit more. That's always a fine line to walk. You're always going to, want to have a new sound, do something fresh and different, but without abandoning what it is you do and your fan base. And it's almost an impossible task, but it's the thing that inspires me. It's the thing that I'm constantly looking for. I pretty much started pursuing my, dream of being a country singer when I was about 15 years old. I guess that's when I just realized, even though maybe I didn't, know for sure this is what I was going to do, I was already pursuing that dream. I was learning to play the guitar and trying to write songs and trying to be a better singer and figure out, that part of my voice, that I could control and create a sound that hopefully was similar but different than my heroes. It's just things that you figure out, But I think by the time I was 15, I was pretty heavy into this, whether I knew it or not. When it comes to working with young people as a coach on this show, it's a delicate balance, I think, because you can definitely, I think, push a young person too hard, and you kind of got to, let them find their own way, and you got to listen to them, but definitely they also at the same time need a little whip cracking. Also, every single one of them do, because look, this is not easy, and if you want to do this, you got to be ready to hear the word no a lot. You got to be able to take some criticism and some honesty, and none of us have it figured out, but and those are usually the young people that you see make it deep into this show, the ones that are willing to listen and learn, and I think for me as a coach, having success with young people is because I've been willing to listen to them also, and it's just it's kind of a balancing act for each individual, really. I think most of the advice that I got over the years, it wasn't really from other artists. I think that's what makes the voice unique, is that you're getting this advice from somebody who's been in your shoes and who's doing the thing that you dream of doing. That's coming up with the way I came up in music. It was always a manager or an agent or somebody that owned a bar or somebody like that that's always trying to pass along their advice, and that's good stuff too. I think you just kind of have to sift through it and listen to people, but be smart about it. But I think with the voice, being able to hear things from an artist, it really doesn't have anything to gain from whether you're successful or not. They just want to see something good happen for you because they're on your team. That's what makes this show so special. As far as the blind auditions go, there's no way for us to have an idea about what kind of team we want to put together or what our team's going to be like. It's literally out of your hands. There's no way to come up with an equation for that. So I think the most fun for me is just the debates and the arguments and the competition between coaches, because you really don't know what you got as a team until you get into the battle rounds. And so all you can do is hit your button for really good singers and hope they pick you. But the enjoyment that I get from the blind auditions is all about just trying to make those other coaches struggle as much as I can. And anytime I can make them look or feel stupid, that makes me happy. Well, there's nobody that helps me out when it comes to, making other coaches look stupid. Nobody helps me more than Adam. He's just a natural fit when it comes to saying something that's stupid or, doing something that, he can't back his way out of. And if I'm not saying I'm the funniest guy in the world, but I have figured out how to trap that guy and make him live and eat his words. and nothing makes him madder than to be called out on some truth. You know, Adam's one of those celebrities that you just wish would change someday, and he still hasn't yet. He's the same butthole that I met in 2011. But that's what makes this show fun. You know, if it wasn't for he and I, you know, our bickering, I don't know that I would still be having as much fun with this thing if he wasn't the way he is. And I'm sure he says the same thing about how stubborn I am. But you know, he really hasn't changed at all. Well, the good thing about having Miley back for season 13 is none of us really have to worry about coming up with anything to say, because none of us are going to get a word in edgewise. I mean, this girl has a motor mouth, and I'll tell her that to her face. She knows she does. And so the good part about it when it comes to these blind auditions is, you know, if you really need a minute to think about what your pitch is going to be to this artist, and she's talking, you're going to have every bit of a few minutes, 10, 15, 20, before it's going to be your turn to talk. The only trouble with that sometimes is there's nothing left to say. There's no words left in the English language that hasn't been said. I don't really know Jennifer Hudson that well yet. I mean, we've been around each other a few times doing things like this, and she's very sweet. I also know that Jennifer won The Voice in England. You know, and that's something that I think Adam and I, when we heard she was coming, you know, first you get excited because we know how talented she is, and it'd be fun to work with her. But then it's like, whoa, she's really not a rookie at this. You know, we can't look at it that way. We can't treat it that way. She's won the show. If she's very competitive, I haven't met anybody in my life more competitive than Adam Levine, and so all I got to say to Jennifer is bring it on. I mean, I've been getting kicked in the nuts by Adam for 13 seasons now, so they can take turns all they want. All I'm trying to do is win this thing. They can be as competitive as they want. I think it's cute.